Hey, what's going on? It's your boy, Big Cass, 210 Hoods movement. Check it out. One love, man. Today, fam, I want to talk to y'all about Tupac again, because I know I promised y'all another video in regards to Makaveli. And well, let's get it. Let's get right to it, man. No time for no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right to it, man. So let me tell you what I got today, man. Um Well, first of all, I want to let you know Makaveli lives on. So I got some underground beef, some 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 jewels, man, that I got y'all, man. So first and foremost, uh, I want to start off with well, I'm just continuing from other videos. So if you really want to understand all my videos to where I'm at today, just look at my past videos, man. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, man. One love. All right. The night of the shooting, when they supposedly had killed Tupac, right? The security detail were told to relinquish all their weapons, right? I know that y'all probably heard about that they were told that they couldn't carry no weapons. All this security detail, the bodyguards, security, all them, man. And they used a lame ass excuse that they know that they were going to be going down to Las Vegas, so the cops were going to be on them. So so they didn't want none of them to be carrying weapons, but which was bullshit, man, because if you're security detail and you have a license to carry a weapon, you know what I'm saying, uh it shouldn't be a problem to carry your weapon, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get pulled over, that's your right, man. So that was just some bullshit, and I can't believe the security detail fell for that shit. Well, actually, all the security detail, they were in on it, man. So they were just told that some of them, they did have some guns on them, but the one that they really didn't tell about any of this info or any of this crazy shit was Frank Alexander, man, because that was Tupac's main bodyguard. So I guess they didn't really want to lace Frank up, man, in regards to anything that was going down, man. Because after when Tupac got shot, he was trying to still find what was going on, man. Even though they were telling him what to say, what not to say, shut him up. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's dirty, man. Some dirty business up in there, man. Uh, so all the other security detail, because the head of the security detail was Reggie White. He was the actual one in charge of all the security detail. And we got Hayes that was in there. I think that was his name. Well, I'll get to him. Um, so Reggie White didn't want any one of the security guards to have their guns because he knew that they were going to set up Tupac. But before I forget, remember when they questioned Tupac's entourage after the shooting, and they said that they saw a white Cadillac shoot the car up. Then they returned fire. How, that was all bullshit because they didn't have no guns in the car, man. Remember? All the security detail? The only security detail that was left there with Tupac and Suge was Frank Alexander. All the rest of the security detail was at the Club 662. Reggie White, uh, Michael Moore, I think that cat name was Hayes. I think, Hackey, I mean, Kevin Hackey. Kevin Hackey, and there's a couple more. Uh, all of them were at the fucking club waiting for him, man. What the fuck were all of them doing over there at the club, man? You know, and apparently all of them had their guns and radios with them, their walkie talkies, man. The only one that didn't have their gun and walkie talkie was fucking Frank Alexander. That was Tupac's bodyguard, security detail. Anyhow, anyways, so right after the shooting, Michael Moore They said like right after, because where they got shot at, the club was like a block away or 2 blocks away. It wasn't that far from where Colville and where Tupac supposedly got shot. Right. Michael Moore heard got him over the radio. So if he heard it over the radio, they were on a certain channel that all the security and they had spotters that were out there. You know what I'm saying? So the FBI and Suge security detail and Suge, all of them knew about it. It's a setup, man. So the spotters were the fucking the cops, man, because the FBI were, like I said, were keeping an eye on fucking Tupac. You know what I'm saying? And then when he heard got him over the radio, right there, man, he knew. Michael Moore knew that was a setup, and then he also heard other shit on the radio. Remember, Michael Moore still had his gun and radio, so that's why Reggie White didn't want Michael Moore with Pac, so he couldn't return fire. Frank Alexander didn't have his gun or radio, and he was the only security to have with Tupac had with him besides the Outlaws. But the Outlaws didn't carry guns because that's why they had the security detail. Because the goons, the Outlaws, and all them other people, man, they can't carry guns, man. They get pulled over, man. They get locked up and shit. Like most of them have fucking criminal records and shit. So that's why they hire security detail for that shit. Because that's why let's see, besides the Outlaws, but the Outlaws didn't carry guns because that's why they had the security detail. So anyhow, after Michael Moore heard got him, for sure there were spotters because he also heard people saying over the radio, play by play, what happened. Damn, that was a clear setup by Death Row and the FBI. The shooters had to be FBI agents, man. They had to be, you know, because dude, think about it, man. Suge's 400 fucking pounds, man. How can you miss that motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? So after Tupac was supposedly killed, the reason Suge wanted Tupac dead because he clearly owed Pac like over 10 million bucks, man, and also wanted the rights to his last album and the royalties to the other music Tupac also had. You know what I'm saying? Since we're talking about Tupac's work, Johnny J was Tupac's producer, you know, and for the album Me Against the World and All Eyes on Me, as well as the posthumous albums, Johnny J was a Mexican American songwriter producer for Clockwork. Johnny J had over 30 Tupac records in his vaults. They were unreleased, and he was part owner of all of Pac's recordings that he had at home. Johnny J owned the rights to those songs he had. Anyhow, Johnny J ended up getting locked up for DWI. This was after Tupac was supposedly killed. Johnny J, uh, which he kind of took it hard in the beginning when Tupac died. Uh, because they were like fucking road dogs, man. They were like almost like best friends, man. You know what I'm saying? He was with them like every day, making songs. They were tight. Um, he got locked up for DWI and went to jail. Now they said that Johnny J committed suicide by jumping off the top of a building at the jail. Come on, man. He was murdered, man, because he was fine. He was financially stable. He had kids, and he was happily married at that time that he supposedly committed suicide. He was very upset, yeah, because what happened to Tupac since they were very close. But for the most part, he was set and good. Johnny J said he sold over 100 million records with Tupac's music. Johnny J was a low key guy and didn't flash his money. But if you go to his studio, you'll see over 100 plaques on the wall. I mean, Johnny J was, man, since he was like low key, man, like uh he didn't flash about how good he was. He knew he was a good producer, man. You know, they made a lot of money with Tupac. Uh, he was he was also doing for other artists and shit. Uh, and he wasn't real flamboyant with this shit like other ones, man. They should have compared him like to fucking Timberland, Dr. Dre, and man. And when Dr. Dre was with Death Row, everybody was thinking Dr. Dre was doing fucking Pac shit, producing Pac shit, and it wasn't. It was Johnny J doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. You know, everybody was thinking, oh man, it was fucking Dr. J was fucking Johnny J the whole fucking time. That okay, I'm gonna go off a little bit. I'm gonna talk about Biggie real quick, and then I'm gonna go back to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? The reason why Biggie was killed was okay. Let me go right back real quick. So Tupac was dead. Suge and the FBI had Tupac killed, right? So to make it to clean Suge's hands, to make it seem like it was the East Coast West Coast thing, Suge had Biggie killed. Try to clear his name. You know what I'm saying? So since Suge wanted to have Tupac killed for his own benefit, he wanted everybody to think that it was an East Coast West Coast thing, and which it clearly wasn't. Back to Tupac. The reason I know that Suge had something to do with it is because remember Tupac is only 165 pounds and Suge is about 400 pounds. So the shooter had to be a marksman shooter because how can Tupac supposedly have gotten shot 5 times and Suge only got grazed by a shrapnel, man? He didn't get shot in the head. It was shrapnel that fucking hit him in the head. You know what I'm saying? And this dude, think about it, man. It wasn't that big of a BMW, man. Car. So if the shooter was in the back seat, that it had to have been a marksman shooter, man, because Pac, it was clearly aimed at Pac only. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, cause Suge, man, for fucking over, it's like almost 3 Pacs, man. You know what I'm saying? And then don't get shot, man. Come on, man. So that's why it was the shooter was a good shooter, man. He was a good shot, man. He aimed it right all at fucking Tupac. So the whole plan was orchestrated, and they had lookouts for all of them. And they had lookouts, and all of them had radios. Also, Kevin Hackey was another Tupac bodyguard, but was an informant who worked with the ATF and FBI, and they didn't know that. Kevin Hackey knew that the FBI wanted to kill Tupac, and that they had a surveillance on Tupac. And also, the day Tupac got shot, Kevin Hackey told Tupac not to go to Las Vegas that night. He goes, man, you're a dead man walking, man. Don't go to Las Vegas. Kevin Hackey told him, man. But fucking Tupac didn't listen. I guess he had own his own plan. He was like, man, okay, I know something's gonna go down. So he had his own plan. Because really think about it, man. If you knew you were gonna get killed and you didn't have no plan or nothing, you're not gonna go, man. No matter what. No matter if they offered you $1 million or whatever, you're not gonna go because you're gonna get killed, man. You're gonna get murked right there, bro. So he had his plan, man. He had something set up. That's why he went. Kevin, it's Kevin Lackey, not Hackey. It's Kevin Lackey with the L. Said he couldn't give up his cover though. So I believe fuck that. It's Hackey or Lackey, fuck. Excuse me, man. I don't know. It's Kevin Lackey or Hackey, man. Anyhow, knew the shooters and they were FBI agents. Kevin Hackey knew the shooters and knew that they were all agents and had marksman shooting skills. That's why they shot up the car 13 times and only grazed Suge with shrapnel. Suge was not shot. He keeps telling people that he got shot, but he did not. So Death Row Dave, there's this cat named Death Row Dave, right? And go right back off a little bit and come back. Uh, he was Suge's limo driver. His name, they called him Death Row Dave. He was a Caucasian dude, right? He was ex-military too. He was the dude what used to be in the military. Um, Death Row Dave was also there that night when Tupac got shot. He also heard Reggie tell the security to don't bring their firearms. Death Row Dave and all the security except Frank Alexander were at the 662 Club waiting for Suge and Pac. He also heard that after Pac got shot, that he heard "We got him" was said over the radio. Death Row Dave was also interviewed by Russell Poole, who was by Russell Poole, and told Russell he had an. I don't know why he told him. I guess they questioned him, and he told him he had an SS Super Sport Impala, a '96. He goes, I'm not sure, but wasn't a Super Sport Impala used in the Biggie murder? Let me know how y'all feel about that, man, because Death Row Dave had a Super Sport Impala, a '96 Super Sport Impala, and I think they mentioned that there was a dark colored SS Impala used when the ones that the shooters used when they killed Biggie. So if y'all know anything about that, man, leave a comment below. Let me know, and I'll respond to see what's going on there. Anyhow, uh, well, then they find, and then check this out. I think it's 2 years later, man. 2 fucking years, dude. I don't know if it was placed there or what, or if it was just a setup. But let me know how y'all feel about this one too, man. If y'all heard about it, but they said they found the gun that was used for Tupac's murder in the backyard of a of a home of a girlfriend of a Crip gang member who had a falling out with Tupac. The Glock was tested. They found the Glock. The LAPD found the Glock. They tested for ballistics, and it was a match. So it was supposed to be turned over to Las Vegas Police Department, but it was never turned over to them. Uh, so it hadn't been a cover up because no one knows whatever happened to the gun after that, man. You know what I'm saying? The LAPD finds it. They test it. And it was a match. Uh, the ballistics was a match, and then they were supposed to, turn it over to Las Vegas Police Department, and they never received it. And all of a sudden, they can't find it. It's misplaced. You know what I'm saying? So it was a cover up, man. LAPD was involved, or the FBI, or whoever. So, do y'all think this info is accurate? Please let me know about this one too, about this gun, if y'all know anything about that, man. I'm not really 100% sure about that, man. I just wanted to bring it to y'all's attention, see if y'all know anything about it. You can shed some light for me, man. Leave a comment below. Anyhow, after the fact, when Tupac got shot, Reggie White knew Suge Knight was on parole. So Reggie notified the LAPD and informed them that Suge was in violation of his parole because of the Orlando Anderson incident, in which Suge was part of. So they knew, like, if you pick up a crime when you're on parole and you pick up any type of fucking misdemeanor, felony, anything while you're on parole, they give you a blue warrant, and then that's a automatic violation of your parole. So what they do, you should go and tell your parole officer, and it's up to them if they want to put a blue warrant and pick you up. But uh I guess fucking what's his name? Reggie White, the head of the security detail, called LAPD and told him, "Hey man, you know Suge's violation of his parole. You know he got in that scuffle, so that's automatic violation." So they went and picked him up and locked him up, and that's when he did I think 6 years. And while he got locked up, he signed uh uh he signed over to where Reggie White will be in control of death row for the time being while he was locked up. So Reggie White was in charge of death row at that time. And also, Suge's fiance was also locked up and given 3 years for violating a court order limiting jailhouse phone communications between Suge and others. She arranged interviews with producers from Death Row Records, documentary in the works with BET. She was also accused of selling video footage in association with Knight's murder trial to TMZ for 55 grand, who now controls the rights to that video. The LAPD went to BET with a search warrant and confiscated cell phones, laptops, and whatnot from BET. Uh, so they also gave her fines, and she sold that video for 55 grand. So they gave her court fees and all that, and she had to pay that 55 grand back, plus community service and all this other bullshit. Um, yeah, so Tupac was living in Cuba, right, for a little while before he was moved to Africa with Geronimo Pratt, right? Tupac was living in a home with a pool and spa with security. Mac the messenger, who went to Cuba to get information and pictures of Pac, ran into a mechanic that would fix Tupac's cars all the time. Mac the asked the mechanic that how come nobody turned Tupac in. He said that Tupac was protected by the government and Tupac would buy people cars and other things. Then you can see a picture of Pac standing out in front of the mechanic's office waiting for his car. And then supposedly you have Madonna back in 2016 when she went to Cuba supposedly to visit Pac. Wait a minute. If I thought Tupac was in Cuba first, and then he went to Africa and stayed in Africa with the Black Panthers and being protected by them. Unless he went back to Cuba to visit Madonna on her 58th birthday back in 2016. I don't know about that, but I saw the video, and they were there at some type of club, man, and she was dancing with Pac and shit. There was a video of it, man. So check it out, fam. There's some talk that Tupac. I'm not sure about too much about this info that I'm about to tell you right now. I really honestly I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? I saw it when I was doing some searching, and I saw it and I didn't believe it, so I started digging more and saw some more shit. But I'm not really too sure, but I want to bring it to y'all's attention and y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. I'm not saying it's accurate, it's true, but it could be. But just let me know how y'all feel and comment and let me know, man. Uh, I'm not trying to give y'all false info and shit. I'm just want to know how y'all feel about this. So they're saying that Tupac was arrested here. You know what I'm saying? In L.A. that there was some guy that he was being housed at the Twin Towers Correctional Facility, which is located in 450 Bachet Street in LA, and is scheduled for court on April 14th. Tupac is being held on an $80,000 bail, right? TMZ told the law enforcement that the suspect's name is Clarence Campbell and that Campbell is not Tupac. The police may have planted a ruse on TMZ by telling them that the suspect in custody is Campbell, which actually it could be Pac. They say he was saying that they had the same birthday, uh look like Pac, uh same full name, and keep in mind that we are making no claims that that are 100%. The law enforcement tells us the suspect's real name is Clarence Campbell, but he uses Pac as an alias. I'm not convinced that this information is correct. So just please lace me up if y'all know anything about this info, because they're saying it's him and then it's not him. So I'm not sure about all that, man. Just let me know how y'all feel about that, man. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that. Shed some light on that for me, man. Um, well, enough about all that small talk, man. But I will do some more digging in regards to Tupac, because there's so much information out there that I haven't touched yet. So holler at your boy and I'll keep you updated in the future. In regards to Tupac, I'll do another video probably tomorrow or the day after. But I'll keep y'all posted. Uh, but this is your boy Big Cass, 210 Hoods Movement. One love, baby.